Welcome. This is a presentation about the Louisiana Association of Nurse Practitioners. And if you're watching this video, then that means you're a nurse practitioner student in Louisiana. Congratulations on choosing this awesome career. And I hope that you find the journey as satisfactory as I have. It's been a great career. Just a little bit about me. My name is Dr. Kathy Baldridge, and I am the president of the Louisiana Association of Nurse Practitioners, serving my second term, and I became a member of the board of directors in 2010. And that was just a few short months after I graduated as a family nurse practitioner. Never dreamed I would be on the board of directors. I kind of joined as a student a few years prior because someone said that was a great way to gain preceptors. And so I needed preceptors. And so that was my motivation to join. But you know, it's been really good. And I've learned so much about our profession and why it's important to be a member of your professional organization. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit tonight about that. I won't take a whole lot of your time. This is just a little bit about the organizational structure of LANP. We are made up of an executive board, which consists of the president, the vice president, the secretary, and the treasurer. And then Louisiana is broken up into 9 regions, and you can see that on the map there. And in each of those regions, you have a representative and a co-representative. Now, all of us, the representatives and the co-representatives, as well as the executive board, we are practicing nurse practitioners in Louisiana. And this is volunteer work for us. We volunteer to be on the board, and we all joined for various reasons, but we all take our volunteer work on the board and advancing our profession very, very seriously, because we have recognized the importance of that, and we want to share that with you as well. We also have a student member that serves on the LANP board. We've had that for several years now, and you know what? A lot of times they hang around with us even after they graduate. We have some board members at large. Those are not nurse practitioners, but they serve on the board, and they have a voice from the community for any decisions that we're trying to make. We have some standing committees, including the Political Action Committee, which I'll talk a little bit about, Health Policy Committee. We have a membership committee, and it says PCC chair there, but we changed it from Primary Care Conference last year to the Nurse Practitioner Conference in Louisiana, because we moved away from being just primary care, and we're really excited about that. And then we have an executive director, Rebecca Thibodeau, who is invaluable to the work that we do every day. Here's our mission statement, which we just revised in January of 2020. It was part of our 2020 vision, and nobody could predict that we were going to have a pandemic, but LANP is the voice of Louisiana nurse practitioners, and we're dedicated to uniting, advancing, supporting, and promoting excellence in healthcare. And our vision is to empower all nurse practitioners in Louisiana to advance the nurse practitioner profession, promote excellence in healthcare, and improve access to care by focusing on 6 areas. Those 6 areas include education, health policy, membership, organization, leadership, and marketing. I'm not going to go through all of those areas for you, but we have goals in each of those areas, and we work hard to meet those goals and provide those opportunities to our membership. And it's part of being a part of your professional organization. So why should you belong? Well, one thing is you're adding your voice to the voice of every other nurse practitioner in the state of Louisiana. And if you are a member of the professional organization, you know, a lot of times if somebody has questions about nurse practitioners or the scope of practice of nurse practitioners, they reach out to the professional organizations. And so when we're speaking, any member of us, from the executive board to the board of directors, we're speaking for every nurse practitioner who's licensed within the state of Louisiana. And if you're a member of the professional organization, then we're explicitly speaking for you. And when you pay your membership dues, you're giving us the ability to do that. But what we do is we reach out to our members very often, and we want to know and hear from you. What do you think about specific issues, and how do you think we should respond to specific things? So when you're a member, that gives you the right to speak into what the executive board does, what the board of directors does, and how we speak for nurse practitioners in the state of Louisiana. I put that quote on there because I absolutely love it. The power of one, if fearless and focused, is formidable, but the power of many working together is better. So when every nurse practitioner in the state of Louisiana is joined together with one coalition, one voice, that makes us very, very powerful. We are a nonprofit membership organization. We are tax exempt or charitable, meaning we don't pay income tax. Most of our funds, our operating funds, come from membership dues and what we make off of the conference every year. Those are our major sources of income. And what we do with that money is we provide you with a great website that you can go get information. Again, as a student, if you're looking for a preceptor, it's a great way to find a preceptor. We also have information on there like how to construct a CV, how to conduct yourself if you are with a preceptor, how to get all of those licenses that you're going to need to get when you enter into practice, because that's a whole nother world after you graduate, and what are the steps and what do you need to do and how do you find all that information. So we have made it available on our website. If there's information that you're looking for that's not there, you reach out to us, and as a member, you can ask us to please provide that information, and we will certainly do that. So again, we have the Political Action Committee. The Political Action Committee is run off of donations, and sometimes we sell products to help us make money there. It has a very specific set of rules, and it says that we can only contribute to campaigns. And so that's all we can do to that money is contribute to campaigns. And so, you know, being legislatively active and in the forefront in Louisiana is very important for the goals that we have for nurse practitioners and improving access to care in Louisiana. So it's very important to contribute to the PAC. Then we have a sister organization, and that's the Nurse Practitioner Foundation, and that was just established a few years ago. It's also a nonprofit, but through that, we're able to provide some scholarships to nurse practitioners and advocate for nurse practitioners. So really good things that we do. Here's 10 reasons why you should belong to your professional organization. And again, I'm not going to go through every one of them because I think that you can read them for yourself. But what I want you to know is it is very important to be a part of your professional organization. As nurses, I don't think that we really comprehended the importance of that or understood what a professional organization does for us. Most often, it's really important that we pay a lobbyist, which we can't do out of the PAC funds because those can only go to contributions of campaigns. And so paying a lobbyist comes out of our LANP monies, which we collect for membership. And that gives us an opportunity to have eyes and ears at the Capitol every legislative session. Look, being savvy in health policy is not one of my strong points. I'm much more so now because of having served on the board since 2010. I've learned a lot about health policy, but that's not something that's inherently knowledgeable for all of us. And so I need someone to be able to help me with that. And that's what paying a lobbyist does. So she is our eyes and ears because look, we're going about doing our daily, we're taking care of patients, right? And I don't need to be focused on something else when I'm taking care of patients. But it's very important for our profession that we have somebody that can do that for us. So it really does, it's part of professionalism. One of the things that I really admire about our physician colleagues is that when they graduate from medical school, there's no doubt that one, they're going to belong to their professional organization, and two, they're going to contribute to their PAC. That has been instilled in them, that is part of their professionalism, advancing and maintaining their profession. And I really want nurse practitioners to be able to grasp onto that and realize the importance of it for us. We have regional meetings in every region, so it gives you a great opportunity to network with fellow colleagues in the region, learn about what they're doing, what's happening in their practices. It's great to know what's happening in your community. And again, as a student, it's a great way to face-to-face meet preceptors so that you can be able to advance in your career. So again, health policy is really important to what we do. We've worked really hard. LANP was established in 1991, so 2021 will be 30 years that LANP has been established as a nonprofit and is supporting nurse practitioners in Louisiana. And one of the first things they did was be able to establish prescriptive authority for nurse practitioners. Now, it took a few years for that to happen, and a lot of hard work went into it by that first board of directors, and every nurse practitioner in the state of Louisiana was really involved in that. But listen, just because we have, authority doesn't mean that we're going to keep authority. We have to fight for that every year. We have to fight to retain the privileges that we currently have as nurse practitioners, as well as trying to advance our profession, getting signature authority on forms that we don't currently have. It's within our scope of practice, so we're not expanding our scope of practice. We just don't have the authority to sign those forms. And so battling those things take all of us. And so if you're a part of the professional organization, we give you very frequent updates and keep you updated on what's happening. Again, that lobbyist that goes through bills that are introduced every session, and sometimes there are bills that are trying to take away those rights that we have already fought for. And so having that person there really helps us to keep focused on that and an eye on that. So health policy is very important to your profession that you're going into. So you need to be very active in that and stay engaged in it. You need to be engaged at the local level, at the state level, and at the federal level. There are things at the federal level, like the ability to be able to write for diabetic shoes, that we're still fighting for. And so it's really important to keep up with those issues. Encourage your colleagues to join. When I'm talking to a nurse practitioner or a nurse practitioner student, hey, if I have a student that reaches out to me and asks me to be a preceptor, one of the first things I ask is, are you a member of LANP? Because that professionalism is very important to me. It's also very important to potential employers. They look to see what professional memberships you have and what organizations you belong to. And again, our collective voices matter. And then it's important for you to be financially supportive of the PAC. Look, and I'm not telling you how much. If you only donate $10 a year because that's all you can afford, great. Then you're making sure that we have a voice in this and a seat at the table against people who are our opposition. So listen, consider joining now. I have the membership tiers there listed for you. A member is $125 a year. Student member is $50 a year. I can't tell you of a better investment that you'll make as a student than to join your professional organization, learn more about your profession, be intimately involved in your profession, and add your voice to the licensed nurse practitioners and the other students that are within the state of Louisiana, so that we have one collective voice fighting for our profession. So if you have more questions or comments, or you need to know anything, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is president@lanp.org, or you can reach out to Rebecca, which is the executive director, and that's rebecca@lanp.org. I hope the rest of your semester is great. I hope that the remainder of school, however much that is left, if you've only got one semester left to graduate or you're just starting, is very smooth, and that you have a very great experience. And I hope that you stay engaged with us. Thanks, and stay safe.